So you've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel. Maybe it's been 6 months. Maybe it's been 2 years. You've watched all the tutorials. You've looked at the cameras. You've written down a few ideas maybe, and then quietly you've closed the notebook. And then somewhere in the back of your mind, there's this voice. There's this voice that says, maybe someday, when I'm more ready, when things slow down, when I maybe know what I'm doing. But here's what I want to offer you today. And I say this not as someone who's got it all figured out, but as someone who's watched this pattern up close. The delay isn't about readiness, it's about identity. And what I've come to understand through my own work and through watching others is that starting a channel isn't just a content decision, it's a psychological one. So today, I want to talk about the benefits of starting a YouTube channel that nobody talks about. Not the views, not the money, not the algorithm, the stuff that happens inside you. Most people think of a YouTube channel as a platform, a place to post content, a strategy, a potential income stream. And it can be all of those things, of course. But for years, I've been guiding people toward a different way of thinking about it, especially people who come to me who are stuck, who are avoidant or unsure of themselves. I actually started to really encourage people to think of it less like a channel and more like a video journal. You've probably heard of journaling as a tool for mental health, right? There's real science behind it. It helps process emotion. It helps organize thought, build self-awareness. Video journaling, or what most people would just call vlogging, does the same thing or very similar, except that it adds a layer. Because when you press record, you're not just writing your thoughts down, you're actually showing up, you're speaking, you're being seen, even if only by yourself at first. And that changes something, doesn't it? The camera doesn't just record you. Over time, it develops you. So what are these hidden benefits, Carlos? Well, let me walk you through what I've observed, again, in my clients, and honestly, in myself. Benefit one, it gets you out of this, out of your head. When you're in the process of creating, researching a topic, setting up a shot, thinking about what you want to say, your mind is occupied, productively occupied. We know from psychology that rumination, the loop of overthinking the same problem, can actually amplify anxiety, amplify low mood. Creation interrupts that loop. And it's not avoidance, it's a healthy redirection of mental energy. And there's a really big difference in that. Benefit two, it supports brain health in ways that are really easy to overlook. And I want to be really careful here because I'm not saying starting a channel cures depression or replaces therapy or clinical support. What I am saying is that it's a nurturing behavior. It involves learning. It involves creating. It involves publishing. It involves receiving feedback. These are all things that stimulate the brain in healthy ways. For a lot of my clients, many of my clients that I've worked with, it became part of a broader ecosystem of mental wellness. Not the whole answer, but a real and meaningful part of it. Benefit three, it's what I call an esteemable act. Self-esteem. Self-esteem isn't built by thinking better about yourself. It's built by doing things that you respect about yourself. When you set up the camera, when you write the script, when you press record, when you edit the footage, and then you press publish, you did something hard, didn't you? You followed through. That completion, it changes your internal narrative slowly, quietly, but it does. Benefit four, it builds a more secure identity. This one might actually be the most important one for this channel, because every time you create something and put it out into the world, you're practicing the act of stand behind something that you made. And that's not small. I mean, over time, you start to develop what I think of as creative confidence. It's a quiet sense that you're someone who makes things, who shows up, who follows through. And that identity, it starts to hold you, even on the days when the numbers don't. Now, I want to talk about something that doesn't get addressed nearly enough, because if these benefits are real, if they're legit, and I believe they are, then why are so many people still waiting? There's a voice, and you know the one I'm talking about. You're not ready yet, Carlos. Your equipment isn't good enough, Carlos. Someone is already doing what you want to do and doing it better. What do people think? Wait, Carlos. Wait until you know more. Wait until you're more polished. Wait until it feels right. That voice presents itself as wisdom, as practicality, as self-protection. But here's what I've learned and still learning. That voice, it isn't protecting us from failure. It's protecting us from visibility. And visibility, it feels dangerous, doesn't it? It feels really dangerous to the nervous system that hasn't had much practice with it. The gear obsession. That's avoidance, wearing a productivity costume. What about the endless planning? That's avoidance wearing an organized face. And of course, I'll start when? That's avoidance as well, with a deadline it never intends to keep. I'm not saying any of this to shame you, I promise, because I've been there. I've watched people that I care about live there for years. I'm saying it because naming the pattern is the first step to stepping out of it. That voice isn't your wisdom, it's your fear. And fear isn't a plan. Here's what I really want you to hear. You don't have to know where this is going. You don't have to commit to a niche, to a posting schedule or a 5-year content strategy. You just have to start. One video, imperfect, maybe a little awkward, probably not what you imagine, because what I've seen over and over again is that the first video, it isn't really for the audience. The first video is for you. It's proof. It's evidence that you can do this, that you're someone who starts things and finishes them. And slowly, over time, that evidence accumulates, video by video, not into fame necessarily, not into viral moments or brand deals, into something stronger, someone more grounded, someone who knows themselves just a little better because they showed up on camera and said what they actually think. That's worth something, regardless of the view count. So, of course, here's what I want to leave you with today. I want to dare you. I want to dare you to do something this week. Not to launch a channel, not to post a video, just to sit down, press record, and talk for 3 minutes about something that you know, something you believe, or something that you're working through. Don't edit it. Don't post it either. Just do it. And then watch it back. I think you'll be surprised. I think you will really surprise yourself, because most people have never actually seen themselves speak about something that they actually care about. And when you do, I think something shifts. And that shift is the beginning of everything. If this resonated with you, if some part of you felt seen in this video or called out or quietly encouraged, I'd love to know. Really, drop a comment. Tell me where you are in the process. And if you know someone maybe who's been sitting on the edge of starting, send this to them. Not to convince them, though, just to let them know they're not alone in the waiting. I'll see you in the next one.